I wasn't supposed to see the number change. At 2:13 a.m., while half asleep and scrolling through random forums, I found a black screen with one line of red text. Your death in 5 days, 14 hours, 33 minutes at first. I laughed. I thought it was one of those edgy horror prank sites, them creepy ARG made by internet weirdos. But then the timer suddenly skipped backward. 5 days, 14 hours, 32 minutes. It was counting down in real time. And underneath it was my full name. Not my username, my actual name. I sat upright so fast, my chair almost tipped over. I remember staring at the screen while my stomach tightened. The room suddenly felt colder. Outside my apartment window, the streetlights flickered through the rain. Everything looked normal, but something was wrong. I refreshed the page. The timer stayed. I checked the URL. It was random numbers and letters. No logo, no ads, nothing except the countdown, and one sentence underneath. We already know how it happens. That was the first moment I should have closed the laptop. Instead, I clicked. The page opened another screen. Black background, white text. Do you want to know how you die? 2 buttons appeared. Yes. Number. I hovered over NO immediately, but before I clicked, another sentence faded onto the screen. You already started the countdown. Ow. That made my chest tighten. I don't know why, but I clicked yes. The screen glitched for half a second. Then words slowly appeared. Drowning. I laughed again. Nervous this time. Drowning? Impossible. I lived in Phoenix. I barely even swam. But then something else appeared underneath. I barely even swam. But then something else appeared underneath. Not alone. That was enough for me. I slammed the laptop shut and went to bed. Except I couldn't sleep. Every tiny sound in my apartment felt louder. Pipes creaking. Wind tapping against the window. My fridge humming in the kitchen. At around 3 a.m., I finally checked my phone. One new email. No sender, no subject line. Inside was a single image attachment. Opened it. It was a photo of my apartment building. Taken from outside. Rain covered the lens. And one of my windows was glowing. My bedroom window. I froze. The timestamp on the image said it had been taken 2 minutes earlier. I rushed to the window and looked outside. Nothing. Just wet streets and empty sidewalks. But as I stepped back from the glass, my phone buzzed again. Another email. This time the image was darker, closer. Someone had taken a picture from directly outside my apartment door. That's when I heard it. 3 slow knocks. My blood turned cold. I stood there, completely frozen. Another knock. Then silence. I grabbed a kitchen knife and moved toward the door as quietly as possible. I looked through the peephole. Nobody. The hallway lights flickered once. Then my phone buzzed again. Another image. This one made me physically sick. It was a picture of me looking through the peephole, taken from inside the hallway. But there was no one there. I backed away from the door, so fast I nearly slipped. That's when I noticed something else. The countdown had appeared on my phone screen. 5 days, 11 hours, 8 minutes. I never downloaded anything. I never installed an app. But now the timer was there permanently, on my lock screen, bright red numbers ticking downward. I barely slept that night. The next morning, I tried everything. Factory reset, deleting browser history, changing phones. Nothing worked. The timer always came back, and every few hours, I'd get another message, sometimes images, sometimes audio files, sometimes just text. You shouldn't be alone. It's seawater. Don't let it touch you. I finally told my friend Marcus about it. Big mistake. He thought it was hilarious at first. He even joked about making a YouTube video out of it. But when I showed him the timer, he stopped laughing. He stopped laughing because his phone buzzed too. Unknown message. 1 sentence. He can't help you. Marcus looked genuine. I was scared after that. He asked where I found the site. I tried showing him, but the URL no longer existed. Every browser said the page couldn't be found, except on my laptop. On my screen, it still worked perfectly. That night, Marcus insisted on staying over, probably some stalker, he said, but he kept checking over his shoulder while he talked. Around midnight, the power went out. Everything went black, instantly. Marcus cursed and grabbed his phone flashlight. That's when we heard water dripping, very slowly. drip. The sound came from my bathroom. I remember looking at Marcus, waiting for him to laugh or explain it away. But he looked pale. The dripping got faster. Drip, 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 drip. Then came another sound. Breathing, wet breathing, like someone choking underwater. Marcus whispered, "Tell me you hear that too." I nodded. The bathroom door creaked open by itself, and water began spilling across the floor. Not a flood, just enough to slowly spread toward us. Dark water, almost black. The smell hit next. Rotten, stagnant, like something pulled from a lake after years underwater. Marcus backed away immediately. Then we heard movement inside the bathroom. Not footsteps, crawling. Something dragging itself across wet tile. My phone buzzed again. I looked down. 4 days, 2 hours, 11 minutes. Underneath the timer was a new message. IT found you. The breathing suddenly stopped. Complete silence. Then Marcus screamed. Something grabbed his ankle from the darkness near the bathroom. Ah! Only saw pieces of it. A pale hand, fingers swollen like drowned skin. Water pouring from its arm. Marcus kicked wildly while screaming my name. I grabbed him and pulled with everything I had. For 1 second, I saw its face. No eyes. Just empty black holes leaking water. Its mouth hung open too wide, like it had drowned screaming forever. Then the power came back. The bathroom was empty. Dry. Completely normal. Marcus ran out of my apartment without saying another word. He ignored all my calls after that. The next day, his number was disconnected. By evening, his social media accounts were gone too, almost like he never existed. But something worse happened. I found a video file on my laptop, untitled, no upload date. I pressed play. Security camera footage appeared on screen. At first, I didn't understand what I was looking at. Then I realized it was my apartment, my bedroom. The angle came from the upper corner near the ceiling, as if a hidden camera had been installed there. The footage showed me sleeping the night before. Nothing moved for almost an hour. Then at exactly 3:14 a.m., something slowly crawled out from underneath my bed. I stopped breathing. The thing from the bathroom unfolded itself impossibly slowly. Water dripped from its body onto the floor, and then it stood beside my bed, watching me sleep. The video ended there. I checked under my bed immediately. Not hing. But the carpet underneath felt damp. That's when I truly panicked. I went to the police. They didn't believe me. Of course they didn't. The officer watched the video twice, then asked if it was some kind of edited prank. But when he handed my laptop back, his expression changed, because the timer had appeared on his phone too. 3 days, 19 hours, 42 minutes. He dropped the phone instantly. I never saw him again after that. 2 days passed. The countdown kept getting lower, and everywhere I went, I noticed water, puddles appearing indoors, wet footprints in empty hallways. Dripping sounds behind walls. Every mirror in my apartment started fogging up on their own. Sometimes words appeared inside the fog. Not alone. Almost time. Look behind you. I stopped sleeping completely. Every time I closed my eyes, I heard splashing, whispers underwater, and breathing right beside my ear. Then came the final night. 0 days, 4 hours, 12 minutes, rain hammered against. To the windows harder than I'd ever heard before. The power kept flickering. I sat in the middle of my apartment with every light on, clutching a knife like it would help. The timer reached 3 hours, then 2, then 1. At exactly 58 minutes remaining, my laptop turned on by itself. The website opened automatically. But now, there was a live video feed. At first, it looked black. Then I realized it was underwater footage. Something was moving deep below the surface, slowly rising. The image became clearer. A face. My face. Dead pale. Eyes completely black. Its mouth opened. And I heard my own voice coming through the speakers. You were never the target. The screen glitched violently. Then another sentence appeared. You are the replacement. Every faucet in my apartment exploded at once. Water burst from the kitchen sink, bathroom pipes, even the toilet. The lights died instantly. And from somewhere inside the darkness, I heard crawling, closer, wet hands, slapping against the floor. I ran. I don't even remember grabbing my keys. I just ran into the storm while the countdown kept ticking on my phone. 0 days, 0 hours, 0 minutes, 7 minutes cars splashed through flooded streets. Thunder shook the buildings around me. But no matter where I went, I kept hearing water behind me, footsteps, dragging, breathing. Then my phone buzzed one last time. New message. Turn around. I shouldn't have looked, but I did. And standing in the middle of the empty street was me. Same clothes, same face, except water poured endlessly from its mouth. People walked past it like they couldn't see anything. People walked past it like they couldn't see anything. The copy of me smiled slowly, then pointed behind me. I turned again and saw the lake. That's impossible because there's no lake anywhere near downtown Phoenix. But suddenly, there it was. Huge, black, stretching endlessly beneath the storm, and hundreds of pale faces floated just under the surface, watching me, waiting. My phone hit 0. Everything went silent. No rain, no thunder, nothing. The thing wearing my face whispered one final sentence. Now someone else finds the website. Now, someone else finds the website. That was 3 months ago. I'm recording this because the timer appeared again tonight. Not on my phone, on yours. Check your screen carefully. Because if you see red numbers counting down, it already knows your name.